Hello, my name is Sean McDermott. I'm a certified financial planner with Summit Investment Advisors, and I'm here today with Corey Westman of Erickson Westman Associates. Corey is an attorney, and he's here today to talk about Minnesota residency rules. Oftentimes we have clients that are considering becoming a resident of another state in order to have lower income taxes throughout their retirement years. So we're going to talk a little bit about the do's and the don'ts and some of the loopholes or checklist items that you need to make sure you're adhering to in order to become a resident of a different state. Welcome, Corey.
Thanks, John.
So Corey, can you tell us a little bit about some of the basic residency rule requirements?
Sure, Sean. In order to become a resident in another state and not a resident in the state of Minnesota, the state of Minnesota says you need to meet two separate requirements. One is you need to be physically located in the new state at least 1/2 of the next year, so 183 days in that new state of residency. That's one requirement. The second requirement is that you need to meet a number of factors, what we call a subjective intent test. So there's 26 different factors that the state of Minnesota uses to determine whether you intend to be elsewhere, such as a license, driver's license, a professional license, where you're involved. So again, it's an objective test and then a subjective intent test that together mean you are a resident of a different state.
Okay, cool. So Corey, what are some of the considerations for estate planning and documentation for those people that choose to change their residency?
Yes, Sean. If a Minnesota snowbird or somebody originally from Minnesota establishes residency elsewhere, they should have state-specific alternate decision maker documents such as a power of attorney and a healthcare directive in their new state of residency to make it clear what their intentions are under the new state law or the state law of their new state of residence. It's also important if they own property in that other state that they have it appropriately titled. If they have a revocable trust, that it's in their revocable trust. The other concern that we have for a lot of our Minnesota snowbirds, that is folks who have some connection to Minnesota, particularly real estate or a business interest, is there is the potential, even though they're not a Minnesota resident, to have some Minnesota state tax liability if they die. And we have a better or more complete explanation of why that is on our website, but the idea is that if you have assets in excess of what's called your Minnesota estate tax exemption amount, there may still be a Minnesota state tax due if you have real estate or a business interest in Minnesota.
Okay, Corey, I really appreciate the good information today. And if you'd like more information about changing residency to another state, or if you'd like to receive a checklist on what hoops you need to jump through in order to make this happen, please feel free to visit our website at www.summitinvest.com, or feel free to call us at 651-490-2939. Thank you.